Hey everyone, we have a terrible story today that I really think you're going to love. Apparently a group of youngsters, including the uploader Lejla, were trying to have themselves a nice pool day over in Kansas City, Missouri, and they recorded something which the internet found rather shocking. A woman can be seen in two separate pieces of footage getting very aggressive with these kids at the pool, accusing them of talking badly about and laughing at her 10-year-old daughter. This is the harrowing footage of the event, a sonata in two parts.
I really want them to.
I
really want you to. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah, you guys are defending that. You guys are defending that.
Like, get out my face. I'm not finna play with you.
Leave.
Leave.
We're not even.
Get the out of my pool.
Your pool.
We live here.
Your pool.
We live here.
That's funny.
We live here. We don't have to leave.
How old are you?
I'm 15.
Exactly. How old are you?
None of your business.
Exactly.
I'm allowed to be here. You can be at least 14 to be here without me. Can I see your phone?
No, you have to have somebody 17 or older. You
Oh, look at you. Look how you're
Can I see your phone? Alina.
You have to have someone 17-year-old or older.
I am 17.
No, you ain't.
Yes, I am. How the are you gonna tell me?
I'm 16.
Bro,
What are you doing? You're embarrassing yourself.
I don't care.
You're embarrassing yourself.
Please.
Go
let me
home with your husband and your
Please,
kid.
let me go viral, because I got some content to share.
You heard her. She asked to go viral for this.
No, I'm waiting for you to hit them or something.
Oh, no.
Because it seems like you are.
I'm not that stupid.
I'm not fighting. Then why are you getting in our face?
I want you to leave.
How far are you? We don't have
You
to
guys
leave.
are trash.
Okay. My mom's
You're
about
with 10-year-olds?
Who the is with 10-year-olds? We haven't said shit to no one. We haven't said shit to no one. We just got
Why
here.
would I be talking to you right now?
Okay, tell us what we did.
no one.
Tell us what we did.
You need to brush your teeth or something.
Tell us what we did then.
Who?
Tell us what we did. Tell us what we did. Hello? Tell us what we did.
Somebody call the police.
But I still make $100,000
Tell us what we did.
a year.
Nice.
Okay, then why do you look like that? Can you tell us what we did, please?
Hey, if you make it something.
Tell us what we did exactly. You can't say shit because we didn't do anything. Okay, call them.
Over what?
Call them, call them, call them, call them. Go ahead, we didn't do shit.
So, a few things. First and foremost, this woman is slurring her words and seems to maybe have had a little too much fun in the sun, and it seems pretty clear from the footage that she stumbled over herself and nearly fell on a couple of different occasions. So we can probably assume that she was pretty blasted. And as most people, having found themselves pretty blasted on at least an occasion or two, would attest, sometimes you hear or see things that get misinterpreted. So I have little doubt that she thought she heard these kids talking badly about her daughter, but that doesn't necessarily mean it actually happened. On the other hand, kids can be pretty mean, right? The high school bully trope, and I don't think anyone would really bat an eye at the plot of a story where a group of snarky teenagers were mocking some weird little kid at the pool. I'm not saying I don't know what she looks like. I'm not saying she was actually weird. I'm just for the point of this, right? And while I watched the video probably 7 or 8 times, I found it impossible to determine whether this Karen had actually heard what she thought she heard. And luckily for us, we actually get to understand this scenario, the why around this incident, from the perspective of both the teenager who posted the video and the Karen in question, because they both followed up. First and foremost, Lejla responded to a comment expressing support by explaining, all the adults left when everything started, and all the teenagers there were on her side too. And when I read that, I honestly got a little skeptical of OP and her friends here. I was thinking, wait, all the other people there, all of these teenagers in the background who were more than likely not completely sent like this lady was, We're also convinced you guys were talking trash about this lady's 10-year-old. That's kind of suspicious, you know? And another user, I guess, had the same thought as me because they wrote, there's more to this story. You say others are backing her and she mentions bothering a 10-year-old. Tell the whole story. And to Lesla's credit, she did respond with her version of events here, and she didn't, notably, get defensive with the commenter who said that, which in my mind is a good sign that she isn't hiding something. She replies, quote, she said she had an interaction with someone earlier that already had her mad, and she heard us laughing and assumed we were laughing at her daughter when we weren't. Her daughter was even defending us. And, she continues, the husband ended up apologizing to us right after she pretended to call the cops. They were just mad because I was ruining their day by arguing, so they started arguing with me too. Wow. But she says they. It's like there was only one person arguing with her, so I don't... The they there is kind of confusing, and I never figured out what that was about. And if this is all true, that's pretty darning for our story's Karen, who was swiftly found, by the way, by Karen Hunter Donish, right? And revealed to the world as one Courtney Loebsack. So her poor kid, already forced to carry that cursed name foisted upon her by her parents, now gets to go clean up mom's mess because she's pickled at the pool again. Anyway, she was located in this picture here, and Donish essentially zoomed in to find her name on her name tag here to figure it out and track that back to this LinkedIn page. And you can tell that she hasn't updated this picture for several pounds, but we can see here that she works in the medical field. And I know this is blocked by the text here, but she had her position listed as office manger, not manager, for an offshoot affiliate of Children's Mercy. So the lady who was calling a child a hur and an effing b works with children professionally. So she did work in the medical field, which makes her "I make $150K a year" comment during the video seem a little less delusional because, let's be real, that field does make quite a bit. But we also get, to play devil's advocate here, a comment from another TikTok user, gotta take it with a grain of salt, who claims to have worked with her and that she made nowhere near that much. So she may have been not only flexing her money on literal children, but lying about the amount to seem cool. Anyway, she gets found by Donish in like a day, and he reaches out to her on her now deleted Instagram page to ask for her side of the story. She explains her side in quite a bit of detail too, but not before what I suspect is another little lie here. See, she starts the conversation out by saying she's not the mom he's talking to, but actually the 11-year-old daughter. Wait, hold on. I thought you said she was 10 in the video taken 2 days ago.
My mom's
You're
about
with 10-year-olds?
If I'm not crazy there, we do wish little Loebsack a happy 11th. We hope that wasn't why they were at the pool that day. Oh no. Mom ruined her birthday. Anyway, I don't actually think it was the daughter at all who was responding to this. I mean, I don't know why the 11-year-old would be on her mom's Instagram account responding to messages from random adults. Mama Loebsack's version of events went a little different than Lesla's. And she seems to be accusing these kids of being the belligerents, even when she profusely apologized in this message for her behavior. She says, I want to first say we apologize, and we are sorry for what happened. Everybody is crying, people are writing insult online. We talked to our HOH and got it sorted out with them. We never meant for this to happen. I was just so frustrated from a situation that happened earlier with a racist person who was assuming stuff just because of my kids and husband color. And so I couldn't take it anymore. I heard kids at the pool talking about my daughter and her friend, calling them fat, which is not right. As they were laughing, I laughed back, not at my daughter, but at the kids. Then they went full on ballistic, saying, "Who the F are you laughing at?" In moment of rage, I argued back at them because it's not right for them to be making fun of my kid because how she weighs. As we got into it, one of the girls said, "Run up to me." I was shocked because a kid was trying to fight me because I was sticking up for my daughter. After a little bit, I left the pool. According to Courtney, whose answer is riddled with grade school spelling and grammar errors that drove me just a little nuts, she was upset already because she had been in a previous altercation with someone who had supposedly been racist to her daughter and husband. And then she says she heard these kids at the pool calling her daughter and her daughter's friend fat. So she did like a loud, sarcastic, fake laugh that was meant to be, clearly directed at these kids, I'm assuming to let them know she was listening and hearing what they were allegedly saying about her daughter. She then says that it was these kids, not her, who went full on ballistic. And in a, quote, moment of rage, which to be clear lasted at least 2 minutes, she, quote, argued back. She even says, this part really got me, that a kid was trying to fight her, by which she means this dude who got in between the massive full-grown woman and the 15-year-old she was getting like inches away from, getting up in her face. So Courtney is sticking to her guns here in saying that these kids were in fact calling her daughter fat and she was right to confront them. And she seems to have painted a very rosy picture of her reaction by saying that she argued back and saying that these kids were the aggressors. This probably would have been a good time for a thoughtful and contrite person to reiterate that the way she had confronted those kids was extremely inappropriate, regardless of whether they were mocking her daughter's weight or not. That's another issue. Finally, Courtney begged Donish to take the video down, which he did not. Now, I don't want to poison the jury pool too much here, but personally, she's been caught in a few little lies here, I feel like, or things that at least seem to be lies to a reasonable person. And I think that frankly calls her whole testimony into question a little bit. She seems like she wants him to take the video down, so she's saying what she feels like she needs to say with "I'm sorry," but really also not accepting responsibility in any meaningful way throughout the body paragraphs of the text. So as for her reckoning, we found out that she got in some serious trouble over this. Now, while there's no word that she's been fired, she certainly never got arrested, and her most likely employer has no posts addressing this incident at all. We did find out that the HOA, or what did she call it, an HOH, took matters into their own hands. You see, Poolside Karen version 2 was banned from the community pool for a month. And really, how could we ask for more than that in this heat? We just hope that ban doesn't extend to her daughter, who has honestly been through enough already. I don't mean to laugh. There's something like tragic underlying this whole thing. Like, there's funny elements, but it's also kind of tragic. I feel bad for this kid. Okay, so what do you think? That's the whole story so far. I don't think we're getting much more of this, but do you believe Christina's story or do you believe Lesla's? Do you think these kids really were making fun of her daughter's weight and she just overheard them and came at them with a full tank of liquid courage? Or did she completely misinterpret this whole scenario and what these kids were saying because of whatever she took way too much of and make a complete fool of herself at the pool in front of her family and possibly on her daughter's birthday? Did the daughter really come up and apologize for her mom along with the dad? Who won? Who's next? All right, that's all I got. I'm out of here. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.